And it's Villanova with the ball. They trail by 11. Here is Gaines. More up top. Feeds it to Clarkson. Here's Gaines. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Very tough when you have that good of a look. The defense caught a break there because he missed.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. And the Huskies hit again from deep.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here. Had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, back-breaking run, really exposing the weaknesses in their defense.
Here's Jones. The basket is good. The assist from Gaines.
And one thing about UConn that has been true all throughout their rise as a power, they have always played solid defense. It's something the program really hammers home. And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
On the floor for UConn. Freak in at point guard. And it's Reed in at the 3 spot. Howard kicks to Freak. Here's the 3. Screened by Howard. Cannot hit. Villanova goes the other way with it. And, Greg, you mentioned UConn moments ago in their defensive pride. Some great defenders, Clark, have come out of that school.
Yeah, you look at Emeka Okafor and Hasheem Thabeet. Both were dominating rim protectors. And even their guards and swingmen get after you defensively.
Here's Freak. Misses the 3. Villanova trails by 13. The feed to Gaines. They set the pick. A baseline J. McGuire with the rebound.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Here's Freak. Hits it from 3-point range. Freak's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Huskies.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D shell shot.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And the Huskies going with a whole new group out there. And we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
Yeah, Freak and his team hit the ground running and have a big lead here through the first half. Everything's clicking for them.
And this is what you expect star players to do. You want them to come out and beat teams early. It takes a special talent like Freak to be able to control the game like he did in that first half.
They've got Miller. Ryan is out there with Cooper. And it's Ilgauskas in at the 4. And for the Huskies, Freak, he's in at the point. Also Keefe out there. And it's Splitter in at the 5.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
So on the floor for Villanova, they've got Bryant. Cooper is out there with Miller, and it's Ilgauskas in at the power forward. Well, you could pick any team in the NBA and name a Husky that played for him at some point. UConn has had a big impact on the NBA.
I mean, UConn has had a lot of NBA talent pass through their school. I mean, it speaks volumes about how well they are able to develop talent and win championships.
And here is Beal following the 3-pointer by Freak. Beal's shot is good. Beal's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Splitter, that's good.
Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Pass to Cooper. Some nice ball movement by Villanova. Top of the key, Beal. To the paint. It's tipped. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage.
And it's Villanova with the ball. Following the bucket by the Huskies.
And, you know, we've seen a lot of great point guards over the years, and Freak is right at the top for me. The things he can do with the ball are special. And he knows how to control the flow of the game, too. He's not only highly skilled, but he's a maestro in orchestration.
And it's really interesting. Controlling tempo and pace is oftentimes something that most point guards don't really learn until they are pros. But Freak understands how important that is already. It's a big part of why so many think he'll be successful as a point guard on the next level.
On the floor for UConn. Freak, he's in at point guard. Also Keefe out there. And it's Splitter in at the center, locking down the middle. Freak with it, and it's Miller picking him up.
Move the ball.
Freak with it.
Too much.
Dishes it to Joseph. Villanova grabs the miss. And here is Beal. Pass to Cooper. And Bryant kicks to Ilgauskas. Left block shot on the way. And stolen by Freak. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Huskies.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten down in transition.
And Villanova going with a whole new group out there. There's a good screen. On the wing, Jones. From beyond the arc. And it's Freak with the rebound. Freak's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Huskies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, can you come? Thanks for joining us, and hello, college basketball fans. We've got a great night ahead and a couple outstanding teams going at it. We're going to have the pleasure to watch. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got the Kansas Jayhawks taking on the UConn Huskies.
And the thing you love about collegiate sports, the passion, the energy, I mean, the competitiveness and that hunger and drive to succeed and show what you have, it's really always a marvel to watch.
No doubt about it, Greg. And seeing these players out here tonight, I remember how the love for the game of basketball in those formative years when I was playing college was so invaluable. I mean, the experience you gain with excellent coaching and mentorship at this level, really a huge part of where you go with your talent.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Kansas Jayhawks. They've got Duncan, and it's Lee in at the point.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. It's pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
Boy, how about the Huskies and the success they've found in the tournament over the years? I mean, 4 titles for that program in all, with the first coming in '99. They've been absolutely dominant the past 2 decades.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Jayhawks shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
And the free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw.
Boy, some really big names have come out of the Kansas Jayhawks program into the NBA. A pair of first overall picks in their history. Believe it or not, Wilt Chamberlain wasn't one of them. A perfect 4 for 4 for him to start this game out.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's got a nice bounce in his step to start.
Here is Gaines. Splitter covering. Lee outside. The dish to Oubre. There's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. The drive by Lee. Makes it off the glass. Lee's got his first bucket of the night. Well, on the topic of Wilt Chamberlain's draft was under that territorial right, which was why he wasn't first overall. But if you add him to the list, that would make 3 total Jayhawks taken number 1, Greg.
Yeah, along with Danny Manning and also Andrew Wiggins being the overall number 1 selection. I mean, the Jayhawks have had a ton of talent, though, in the lottery over the course of their history. This school has produced just tremendous talent year in and year out.
Like Paul Pierce. Freak passes to Keefe. Now here's Freak, covered by Duncan. And it's Freak missing.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And so in the game for the Jayhawks, we've got Oubre, and it's Gaines in its center. No good from Lee. The Huskies leading by 5. Splitter with a screen on Lee. Pass to Keefe. Now here's Freak, covered by Lee. And it's Freak missing.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
UConn with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Jayhawks. Lee kicks to Duncan. 1:52 left to play in the first half. Here's Gaines. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot.
Hello, welcome back. This is college basketball on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg as we get set for the second half.
And while there is a little bit of distance between the two teams, one big run could close the gap in a hurry.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. In order to hold on to this lead, they'll need to keep going to Freak to get things working for them offensively. This play in the second half of this game, critical.
Freak, he's in at point guard. Also Keefe out there. And it's Splitter in at the pivot, manning the middle. And for Kansas, they've got Duncan, and it's Terry in at the power forward. And stolen by Freak. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
How about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
And Kansas always seems to be in title contention. I mean, the program does a great job of finding tough players and having a system that fits them best. Rarely are they not a title contender.
Turnaround Jay. Huskies with the rebound.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And a wide open look for Lee. And the Jayhawks again can't hit.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last three ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
And Freak throws it down.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Terry with a screen on Keefe. Lee outside. Here's Oubre to end the run. And it's Freak with the rebound.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Keefe. Ball's knocked loose. It's out of bounds. They are saying so it's both teams making substitutions here. The Huskies leading by 12. Freak in at point guard. Also Keefe out there. And it's Joseph in at the 3 spot.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
And, Greg, you know how it is. Sometimes it only takes 1 or 2 baskets to get things going. Maybe we're getting ready to pump a little life into this one.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And the Jayhawks making a change here. That one misses.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Screen by Howard. 1:41 left here in the second half. They get it back. Splitter dishes to Freak. Sinks the triple. Freak's got 22.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
It's blocked, and that'll be Kansas's ball as it goes out of bounds. The Jayhawks able to keep the ball here.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Williams from 13 feet. It goes down. UConn with the ball. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points, and it's Freak missing.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on him and didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good shot off.
Here's Gaines. Uses the glass that time, and it's good.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Huskies.
And the big difference here was accuracy behind the three-point line, Clark.
Well, they started spraying them from deep, and then it spread out the defense, and they had all the looks they wanted.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Freak. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Bad time for these defenders to be standing around watching. Not while the ball's in his hands.
5 seconds separating the shot and game
Move
clocks.
the ball. It's sticking too much.
From outside the arc, and the Huskies hit again from deep.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
Williams. Huskies with the rebound. Now here's Freak. Lets the three fly, and he gets it to go.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
And
Do you recall not long ago when you would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember, all we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the College Championship Game.
And this is where it's at, folks. The college tournament ends here tonight. For one team, the joy of a lifetime will be achieved. And there's no doubt going to be some incredible action all along the way. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers taking on the UConn Huskies.
You got that right. I mean, this is what each student athlete has worked so hard for all season long. An opportunity for the title. I mean, this game might very well be the defining moment for the lives of every one of these young men.
Both these teams have gone through so much adversity just to make it here. All tournament long, it's been survive and advance. But now, this is the part where you put all your chips on the table and just lay it on the line.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. We've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. Kaminsky out there with Decker. And it's Evans in at the 4 spot.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title.
And here's Hawkins following the three-pointer by Freak. Hill kicks to Decker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leans from outside. No good off the front iron.
You know, Wisconsin has not historically had a lot of players in the NBA. That number, however, could be growing in the next few seasons. I mean, they have a few, but for the most part, their winning has come through solid team play.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Pass to Hawkins. Here's Evans. Drains the 19-footer.
The assistant, Brett Hawkins.
And here's Freak.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports. So it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
That's his first personal.
Huskies shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Freak taking 2 shots.
And Wisconsin going with almost an entirely new group here.
Money.
And he makes both free throws.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Releases from 15, and the shot no good, a bit short.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D. And what a journey it has been really for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
And for the Badgers, Fisher is out there with Hill, and it's Wade in at the center. And for the Huskies, Freak, he's in at point guard. Reed out there with Pierce, and it's Howard in at the center position. There's Freak. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. 1:46 left to play here in the half. Fisher lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And Wisconsin going with almost an And the big game is just about ready to get going for our second half of play. What a championship atmosphere we've got here tonight. We are just one half of basketball away from seeing college basketball history being made.
And in a championship game like this one, guys, you would have expected a close battle. I don't think either side is going to be able to run away and hide in this one.
And, Greg, tight games like this are where legends are born. I mean, if a player like Freak can come up huge in this final half of play, he'll anchor himself in school history as one of the greats to ever play the game.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. They've got Kaminsky. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Decker, and it's Evans in at the 4.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
Freak with it. He's got 11. He used that pick to perfection. Freak's got 13 points.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And stolen by Freak. And the shot is good, popping in off the front of the rim. And it's an 8-point Husky lead.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
The Badgers making a switch here. Now here's Decker. Reed covering. Got a piece of it. Reed with the steal.
And guys, one big story that we have in this championship game is that a guy like Freak could boost his draft stock quite a bit. A win here could catapult him up the big boards of a lot of teams.
And you know, while it's just one game, scouts will get a chance to see how he plays on the big stage. Knowing the player is at his best when the lights are brightest is a big plus in GM's books.
Hawkins kicks to Hill. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Hill's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Freak missing. Wisconsin trails by 8. Here is Hawkins. Got a piece of it. And the wide open shot from Decker. And again, it's Wisconsin with the 3.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And the Badgers with possession here. It's a 5-point game. Freak in at point guard. Also Keefe out there. And it's Sims in at the 4-man position.
Boy, blew the easy 2 by profile. Trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution. This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and get the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
And that one's good. And that's now 20 points for Freak. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Huskies.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Hawkins checked in for Wisconsin. .133 left here in the second half of the game. They set the screen. Evans goes in, takes the 13-footer, and he banks it in. The Huskies leading by 5. Freak. Decker with the rebound.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Now here's Freak. The 11-footer, no luck, so the Badgers will take it the other way. Conley into the lane. And Splitter pulls it down. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. Drains the three-pointer. And UConn leads by 6.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim. So good idea to take the 3 in transition.
The Badgers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. Here is Hawkins. Shot from the inbound. Sims with the rebound. They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Here's Freak, and he commits the intentional foul. There's the triple, and the Huskies hit again from deep.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Execution, fellas. Do your job. Freak, you're our leader out there.
Outside Hill. Walker with a clean look. Basket good. And so it's UConn with the win. And what an incredible feeling it is for a team who's had to fight every step of the way. Right now, guys, there is no better feeling for them as they are the last team standing in this terrific tournament.
Kevin, you said, I mean, all the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears, now you see it paying off at this very moment.
There's been a ton of sacrifice along the way. I mean, from the kids and their parents and support staff. I mean, they've brought this school to the top of the college basketball world right now.
Well, it's been a blast to be with you guys and our great pick.
Hello?
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select D'Angelo Russell from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Jahlil Okafor from Duke University. With the fourth pick in the NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis from Latvia. With the fifth pick in the NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia. With the sixth pick in the NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Willie Cauley-Stein from the University of Kentucky. With the 7th pick in the NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select Emmanuel Mudiay. With the 8th pick in the NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select the 19-year-old point guard from the University of Connecticut.
We met working at the post office together. Martha was
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
There we go, my first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. It's all about the Eastern Conference. That's where the action is today as the Atlanta Hawks changes. Splitter is checked in for Horford. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. And it's Teague in for Kyle Korver. And what a big moment here. We get a glimpse coming off the bench of the first official NBA appearance from Freak.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Freak, he's in at point guard. Aaron Baines out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Johnson, and it's Meeks in at the 2 spot. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Teague. The Hawks again can't hit.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And a momentous occasion, folks, as that basket represents the very first official NBA scoring tabulation from Freak.
You know, there should be a lot more of those ahead. I mean, he's no flash in the bad guys. I mean, he's going to be around this league a long time.
Certainly appears that way to me, too. I mean, he's got the confidence and ability of a player who's capable of being a fixture in this league for years.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Over in the corner, Meeks passes it to Baines. Here's Freak. Connects from three-point range. Freak's got 6 points.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Outside Teague. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. For Atlanta, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight, and he knocks down the first one. Detroit making a switch. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Freak. Can't drop the tough three. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA. You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Splitter's checked in for Mike Scott. Millsap comes in for Cephalosha. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Schroeder and Bazemore are the guard set. Chris Humphries is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Splitter in at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. A minute 50 left to play here in the second quarter. Well, you have to love the energy and the effort given every night by Kent Bazemore, hustling for loose balls. Greg, a lot like you, actually. Runs the floor like a tornado, can handle the ball, the consummate role player.
He really is. And you know, you have to have guys who can be effective without the basketball, Kevin. There's only one out there.
Right.
And you're going to have 5 guys, so you need other areas of the game to be effective. And he focuses on the defense, the rebounding, all those little things that add up to victory.
No problem knocking that one down. Millsap's got 5.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Baines, Splitter covering, Millsap with the steal. And here's Schroeder. He's got 5. Millsap has the open look. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. And now the fast break. Meeks with the ball. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got his first bucket in this one. The Hawks trail by 8.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Schroeder with the ball. Out defended by Freak. Millsap a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Unloads from 13. And it's Schroeder missing. Freak passes to Baines. And the wide open shot from Morris. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so we conclude the first half. Pistons lead by 8. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Over the Hawks. Chris Humphries has checked in for Horford. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. And it's Teagan for Kyle Korver. Detroit also making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Jody Meeks comes in for Harris. And Freak subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Freak, he's in at the point. Caldwell Pope out there with Anthony Tolliver. Then it's Jody Meeks. And it's Baines in at the 5, roaming the paint. And at the close of the third.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. And so the Pistons take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now let's move on to the presentation. Andre Drummond. He led the way tonight with a double-double and was a major reason why they won tonight. His effort and intensity. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a...
São Paris, São Paulo, França, Brasil. Aí, MSQ da UFP, Laboratório Fantasma. É nóis. Assim
Os manos no posto, trampando a contragosto, feliz ou oposto. Aposto que sei da dureza, que é a tristeza, deformando o seu rosto. Se calos falassem, talvez o mundo escutasse, olhar do impasse, olhasse, limpasse, brilhavam vocês. Bonjour, pras minas no fronte, que dor pra contar tem de monte. É tipo uma fonte dela, de fronte ela sonha com